Amadoma. I'm joined here by Endo himself. How's it going, Endo?
Oh, it's going great, man. How you doing today?
Dude, I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to cast more Gromp games. I know you're a big fan of those, so
I mean, it's just destiny at this point. I think every single game I've casted this season has been with Gromp. So I'm feeling like if they get a mug, I should maybe get a mug too, because I've been with them on this journey, you know?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Totally fair.
And with them all the way. But I mean, they've got their work cut out for them. They've got Raptors on the other side of the rift. So Raptors team, it's definitely been kind of interesting this season in particular because I know Raptors been in the league. They're last season, and they're in the season before that as well. But yeah, I mean, they've been struggling a bit in past seasons. They struggled a bit at the start of this season as well. But they've been picking it up a lot in the past couple of weeks. Last week they actually 2-0 Krugs. I think I was the only person who made any stock money off of that one. But yeah, they got a big 2 over Krugs. It was really convincing there. And yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see that now they're playing the big boys. You know, they got Gromp on the other side. So gonna see if they can try to maybe make something happen here against this Gromp lineup, which looks so dominant this season.
Yeah, and I don't think the 4-4 is an accurate representation of the Raptors. I think they're really, really strong. It's just they've had maybe one of the toughest seasons out of any other team. Um, going against Brambleback, going against the Crabs, going like they've gone against all these all stars, and they're definitely holding in. But then we have Gromp, which, speaking of all stars, we know these guys just work so well as a unit. Um, they play their game to a T. They're one of the few teams that excel at the late game, but don't lose lane on the way there, which is why they're so strong.
Mm. Yeah. I mean that's kind of been the Grump difference for as long as this team has been around in any fashion. And Raptors kind of one of the big hallmarks that I found watching them, playing against them, all that stuff. Is that they're really good at getting a lot of these early game leads. They got a lot of strong laners. And at least in past seasons, they've been kind of struggling a bit with what to do with that once they do finally get that big lead in the early game. They kind of flounder a bit and get picked off here and there and end up losing. But I mean, this season it's just starting to look a little bit different. They're getting these early game leads, and then they're really starting to actually make something happen with them. Which, yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see more of that.
And that's going to be a real big test for Cobalt in the top lane. I mean, Charismatic is such a strong laner, and he knows how to push a lead forward. But Cobalt, it's that great. I think he even came up with it, the sword and shield analogy. Cobalt is so good at just absorbing pressure nonstop and still coming out even. So then he can play that major tank or front line that Gromp needs him to later on.
Sure. Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. Just check out some audio stuff for me real quick. See if I can get this all figured out.
Yeah. On the meantime, we have moving down one lane. We have Valib in the jungle, and he is going to. Let me just look it up. I believe he's going against Rune, which is
Yep.
Is Rune a newcomer this year?
Rune is a newcomer this season. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually been doing very, very well in the league so far. His Hecarim's great. His Olaf is super aggressive, which I love. And it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to. But it's really the Hecarim that's been his all-star. 100% win rate with it picked 4 times. He's got a great KDA with it. I'm just going to see if he might be targeted for a ban. Ban this matchup.
Yep. Yeah, and one of the really interesting things I wanted to bring up with a lot of these Raptor players is that in the past couple of weeks, their picks have actually been fairly stagnant. So if you look at, for example, Rune here, he's 4-0 in the Hecarim, and he's 0-4 on everything else. So like, you know, there, and then, you know, Pog's 3-0 on the Zoe. You know, he's 1-4 on everything else, and you start looking at some of this stuff. You're like, maybe this is like a ban problem, people not really respecting them, or, you know, maybe they're just finding their footing and being more just assertive, like, this is our play style, we're going to play it until people ban it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if it works, keep picking it. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. And looking at this graph too, we can see Valip, who's going to be the Gromp jungler, who just fits so well into the Gromp style, right? He stays even in gold pretty much until that 20-minute mark where the scaling kicks in, and then you see him just take off like a rocket. He's able to get champions who just need a little bit of time to snowball and then really push the lead with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how whether they are able to get that snowball going. I love me some Raptors snowball. So
absolutely, we are trying to currently get some more of the Raptors in the D lobby here.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I'm gonna start up the poll for this one. Gromp or Raptors? You can do vote Gromp or vote Raptors in the chat, and see what people think is going to be happening in this game. I'm hoping for Raptors, but we'll see.
I honestly think it's going to go 1-1. I think Raptors might surprise Gromp game 1. These are my hot take. And then Gromp's going to go in the locker room and, you know, draw the X's and O's and realize this is the solution to win and take it back in game 2. Hot take right here. And we have the team set up. That's great.
All right, nice. Yeah, just little miscommunication about invites and things like that. But I mean, it looks like we got everybody all lined up. We're ready for some action here. And yeah, might even be getting into the Rift. I am a sucker for getting into the Rift.
I'm gonna move my camera here so you guys aren't staring into my ear the entire time I'm casting, which I know happens last broadcast.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Ooh.
I got dainty ears. They're cute.
Yeah. Ooh, we got a nice view of the rest of your apartment there.
Yeah, it goes on. I got a nice big ass couch, which doesn't actually fit in my apartment, but it's so comfortable we don't even care. We're gonna just hold on to that couch until we buy a house.
Yeah, just take it with you wherever you go, no matter what. Bring it with you to the next rec party, you know, whatever it takes, man. But I mean, we're getting right into it here. We're getting into the pick ban for game 1. We got Raptors on the blue side. We got Gromp on the red side. And first bans
of the
about
day
to come out. That one's a Vlad. That one's a Vlad. Hell yeah.
It's just this. It's just the right ban right there. That's the right ban.
Oh yeah. Got to start somewhere. It looks like we're seeing the Shen ban against Charismatic as well. I believe that one also, Rune also likes to play that one in the jungle. So a little bit of a flex ban there coming out from the side of Gromp. A Nocturne ban against Valib. And, you know, quick return fire there with a Lilia ban from Gromp. So Lilia, definitely a champion that Valib also likes to play. So I'm curious to see if this is going to be just a red side ban from Gromp, or if maybe they'll keep this up for game 2. But yeah, there you go.
It's his horse.
Raptors lock it in the Hecarim. They're undefeated on it so far. So
woo! This may be the first adjustment, seeing how game 1 goes.
Yeah.
I think Hecarim actually is a great answer to Gromp here because he could be super aggressive early on and winning the lanes, like you said, which is really Raptors' strength. I wonder if we're going to see Valib's Karthus, which he's been playing a lot and has been really strong on.
Yeah, and I mean, I would definitely be excited to see it, although that is the kind of pick that can make you a little bit nervous when playing against, you know, a team that likes to really generate these early game leads and make these early plays. There's definitely an aspect of the Karthus pick that's it's almost like a disrespect kind of pick, just being like, you're not going to beat us that fast, you know, whatever. But I mean, we'll see if they do decide to do that on the side of Gromp. But they're going to go with the Ashe Rakan in the bot lane. Spence Champ looking really good on the Rakan in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's actually, speaking to him, he had told me he loves Rakan because you're able to go in anytime and just get out for free. You can just shoot for engages and then dash back to an ally, which allows him to be more aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
and Soraka in the bot lane. It's gonna be a lot of healing, which it's gonna be an interesting way to see how it plays out. Because I mean, you would hope the Asher's first item gets Executioner's Calling, just try and negate that. But sometimes people just go in autopilot mode. And the Cassiopeia for Shu. Talk to me about this, Adoma.
love it. Yeah, that's it.
Love it.
No. I mean, like Shu. There's it's been said plenty of times. He's got a lot of picks, lot of really strong power picks. I'm definitely surprised to see the Cassiopeia prioritized over something like the Silas or the Yone, because I know that he's been really big on those recently. But deciding that I guess the Cassiopeia matches up really well into Pogs in his champ pool. So and actually, so we are seeing the Zoe banned out as well. It looks like Raptors were not interested in picking that one up in the first phase, and we're going to see the Karthus ban as well. So I mean, we're going to see something a little different from both of these teams, which I'm definitely excited about.
I mean, they're really targeting Valop here. That's 3 bans to the jungle so far in this draft pick. Norn is still up, which I know this is Cobalt and actually Charismatic both play. So we'll see if maybe one side's going to prioritize it over the other. And that's a Valop Amumu taken.
Yeah.
Very good on it. He's very good on Amumu.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen a Zamumu actually.
Didn't we go against it in a scrim?
They all blend together to me at some point, man. I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe it was another one. Was that the time? What was the scrim? Who did we verse when we were trying that poke comp that we realized poke doesn't really work?
Oh no, that one actually didn't happen. So we have stricken that one from the record.
It's good point. Good point.
Yep.
I don't remember it either.
Yeah, but we're seeing Lux picked up for Pogs, and it looks like we're going to be going with the set for Charismatic in the top lane. Definitely one of his comfort picks. And Cobalt here is going to get a chance to get the counter pick on the red side.
Yeah, Pog's really good on the Lux. He seems to like the artillery style mages.
Yep, the one shot you from 2 screens away kind of champions.
We have the Maokai into the set. How do you feel about this matchup? The former top laner extraordinaire.
I mean, one of the advantages of Maokai is that he doesn't really have a lot of bad matchups. Especially the way that I know that Cobalt is going to try to play this lane is, like he usually doesn't. I've landed against this Maokai a couple times, and he usually isn't trying to go for the mega aggressive twisted advances where you're just like, just in their face all the time. He more uses it as kind of like a counter engage. So like when the set runs at him, then I'll use it and like actually try to fight back. But I mean, Cobalt generally as a top laner is pretty happy to just farm up and scale with his team. So I'm not expecting a whole lot of aggressive play out of him. But later in the game, I mean the utility coming out of the Maokai is pretty unmatched when it comes to tanks. Just the ability to lock down single targets, and he's got the ult for some pretty impressive zone control as well, and it's really awesome using that around things like objectives or turrets, just kind of forcing the enemy team to do what you want to do. But I mean, later in the game, you still got this set coming out of Charismatic, and he's got a Maokai he can dunk into the team. He's got an Amumu he can dunk into the team, and I'm sure he's gonna be plenty happy doing either of those.
Yeah, that is a nice dive comp we have over from Gromp, getting a good engage comp as well. And as Rip and Bonks just mentioned in the chat, which I was going to touch on, I'm very interested to see if Chad Maddock is going to live up to his name and go Bork first item to try and get some lane kills on this Maokai. That % health damage with the double punch passive from set can be huge. Or if he's going to go more for a tank build, do more of a get a beefy guy up there to try and answer the Maokai for frontline.
I'm definitely expecting more of a damage build coming out from Charismatic, just based on how he generally plays lane and the game. I'm expecting Raptors to try to get their advantage in the top lane, because that's probably the most obvious place for them to do it outside of rune snowballing lanes. But yeah, I definitely expect Charismatic to try to go more carry style build. It's definitely something that he seems to like to do in in rec league games, and yeah, just in general. So
And that's kind of what I like about his style there, because there's basically two ways to play top, right? Which we've seen. I think we've touched on before that we see a lot in rec league. You either just get out of lane phase and play the tank team comp, or you're here to make a statement and you go aggressive and you use that XP advantage that top lane gets to just become something unkillable and a menace all over the map.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I gotta. We're gonna check out the results of this poll. You got any guesses?
I'm gonna say it's close, but I think I hear there might be a few more Raptors fans in the chat today.
Yeah, well, you're definitely right about those Raptors fans. We got we got an 80-20 split.
Wow.
I'm sensing a lot of wishful thinking.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, every win starts with a dream, right? And you know, Raptors everybody was counting them out last week too, and you know, they really showed up, and I'm excited to see if they can maybe make that happen 2 weeks in a row. I hear that they might be able to, you know, destroy the stock market yet again with their play, but we'll see.
Yeah, I saying it, man. I don't think that the Raptors are getting the respect that they deserve solely because of listen, they went 1-1 against the number one team in rec league right now, which is Scuttle Crab. Okay,
Yep.
And this isn't just me throwing things out there. You can check the standings on the site, boys and girls. There is a clear number one winner, and that is Scuttle Crab, and they went 1-1 against us.
Yeah, we're actually currently in talks with the LCS about replacing TSM. So
I also hear TSM just got rid of Bjergsen as well, so I know we may not get Silky Bandit next week because he will be trying out for that.
Yep, absolutely. But I mean, yeah, maybe we will get to keep him for a few more weeks. Who knows?
Hopefully. Him and 420 Blazer Nerd are the heart and soul of Scuttle Crab. We will not be the same without them, that's for sure.
All right, and with that, we are in fact getting into the game real soon.
Yep. We have I'm currently at 26, 27, 28.
Hell yeah, I am right there along with you.
All right, let's do it.
And we got some line of scrimmage coming out from both sides. And man, kind of disappointed already, honestly.
Why is that?
I don't know. I like action. I like exciting League of Legends, and this ain't it yet. So.
Well, team's playing a little safe, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Gromp, that's kind of Gromp's MO, and if we're looking at the team comp, Raptors don't have the greatest invade level 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it.
Yeah.
Let me just see here if Valve's going to start Raptors, which is a popular start for Moo Jungle. You just clear it so quickly with the E.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, his E is where he spins around in a circle, and every time he gets auto-attacked, it reduces the cooldown. So a bunch of Raptors hitting you reduces the cooldown to almost nothing.
Yep.
You have Spence Champ and Rovian. You wanted to see action, Adoma.
Ooh.
We may get some cheese down here.
I am all about this. Ooh, and we got Trusty's Karma walking into the bush.
Oh no, engage!
No!
What?
Come
what?
on!
Why would you take that? That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Gromp bot lane pretty happy to just get that one volley and an auto attack and call it a day. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely a part of me that's like, if you're gonna do that in the bush, you know, maybe just don't. But you know, it's still pretty free.
Yeah, little poke there. We have a gank immediately onto Cassiopeia. She's going to have to flash away. Ronan's going to go and auto. He's getting so low. The weapons on him. Eric's blood goes up to Rune. He's going to be able to distribute that gold all over the place. And immediately, we're seeing action.
Yeah, and this is that early game pressure that I love out of Raptors. You know, they Hecarim just waltzing through with that level 2 gank. He basically took his red buff and Raptors and then just walked right into mid. I love that kind of gank, honestly, because you're on your way to the blue buff anyway, and like it's not even really out of your way. Just like, you get some damage on him, fine. You get a flash, great. You get a kill, hell yeah.
Yeah, oh, beautiful. Then we have a flash coming out in bot lane. Rodian getting super low and actually flashing into Spence Champ, which lets Senna root both of them up.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting chunked down here. Trustiest Karma and Milizum?
Yeah.
How do you want to pronounce that?
I think we should probably figure that out now, because I'm sure we're going to be saying it a lot.
The pokes down there, they are beating them up. I love it, the aggression. This is just playing the Raptor style here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and this is what it's all about, and this is why this pony is 4-0 at this point. Soon to be 5-0. Maybe. I don't know.
Hot take. I love it.
Hot take.
Soon to be 5-0. Look at Charismatic just standing up at Cobalt. No fear. Does he have? He must. Oh yeah, he's got Hecarim at the top lane, so he's not scared of a Mumu coming in and ruining his day.
Yeah, and honestly, with this big wave pushing back towards Charismatic, this could make for a really nice freeze if he's looking for it. And it seems like something he would try to do here against the Maokai pick. Yeah, maybe give Rune some more opportunities there to make something happen.
Room is already beating up the Amumu too. He's going to go mid again for another gank. He does not have flash to be able to whack him away, but nice footwork by Shu there, dodging the stun instead of immediately going back to turret.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that definitely could have been potentially a kill there, but yeah, not going to happen because that binding does miss.
Yeah, we actually do have that big wave going top. We'll see if Charismatic's going to go ahead and try and freeze it. He will have to trim it a little bit, which he's trying to do, but Cobalt's actually stepping up to him. Not allowing him to get away. It's going to be a big stun by Charismatics. He's going to chunk him down, but no actual kill. I like it. I like Cobalt trying to force this in. You can't get a freeze on you like this, especially with a wild pony running around. Oh, that's too many minions, Charismatic. You got to let that crash, big boy.
Yeah, it looked like he had actually tried to thin it a little bit by just taking an aggressive trade in the middle of it, but didn't quite manage to trim enough of those, and yeah, gonna have to crash it instead. Cobalt gonna get a pretty reasonable back here. Probably won't have the teleport, but we'll see if he does decide to do that. Charismatic looking like he's gonna try to push this one in, maybe force the teleport out or at least get some minions into the tower.
Yeah. And this all happened again because Cobalt had stepped up. I mean, he may not play the flashiest champions or go for the solo kills, but he understands laning very, very well.
Yep. Yeah, and it looks like Raptors gonna pick up this dragon pretty uncontested here. It looks like they did a really good job of kind of recognizing the back timings on both bot lane and mid lane. Shu was basically nowhere near it, and so they're gonna be able to pick that one up pretty much for free, which is, a great start to this, especially when they're going this big early aggression. Being able to get that soul timer going, get it going early, and that's generally like a pretty good win condition when you are going, for one of these more aggressive early games.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Rune we see now why he's 4-0 on this Hecarim, and he's going to go ahead and take the Raptors again. This is the second time he's stealing this camp, which Hecarim also does very, very quickly thanks to his Q. Just trying to deny gold and XP. We have Cobalt going ahead, going to get a nice ward in the jungle to try and avoid any Hecarim ganks. They have the whole top side warded so well. They know exactly where Rune is. So Cobalt should be safe from that. Meanwhile, we have Valib in the bot lane. He's looking to set something up, maybe a little cheeky gank. If he can get the snare, he's going to have to try and bullet time around the minions to land it. But Karma, Trustiest Karma is stepping up. Could be potential. No, they're going to back their Spidey sense going off. Yeah,
and poor Valib here, going to end up just wasting his time in this bot lane and even soaking up a little XP from his bot laners. Meanwhile, Rune in the top side just taking his red buff. Doesn't necessarily know exactly where Valib is, but he knows he's not up there, so gonna take what he can get and just punish the Amumu harder for basically not making anything happen in that bot lane.
Yeah, he's able to get the crab, Raptors, red, and then he's got his whole top side to clear now as well. He's going to start getting a little bit of a lead here.
Oh, and Wreck Pickle Popper, thanks for the 100 bits. Yeah, definitely. I'm also rooting for the Raptors here. I've probably made that a little obvious, but yeah. So we'll see if they're gonna be able to do this. Good start so far for them. Yeah. And Moore's-Lock asking is the set the best top laner in the league? It's definitely up for debate, but I think most people would agree at least top 3.
Yeah, you have to consider Ornn and Shen.
Yep.
Those are definitely the top in this league, at least. Maybe not the top in the meta. And Charismatic actually chunking Cobalt pretty low. We'll see if he actually follows through with it. And he is going to go for that Bork build that, as we had predicted in the champ select.
Yep. Yeah. Just going to try to really get this snowball going in the top lane. And yeah, Cobalt here getting pretty pushed out. It looks like basically both junglers deciding that top lane not really worth their time. Going to play around this bot side instead. So definitely makes that Blade of the Ruin King a little more appealing there coming out of Charismatic.
Yeah, I actually would like to see Valib visit the top lane. Charismatic's actually been pushed in this entire time, and Cobalt's doing a good job of.
Ooh, we got the teleport coming in bot lane.
Oh, we have a nice gank in here, but good. Oh my gosh, they're so slippery. Spence Champ and Rovian do such a good job of just hiding, but Rovian does have to blow his flash. And I'm just noticing this now, actually. Spence Champ does not have flash.
Yeah, it looks like Cobalt here actually gonna burn the ult, just trying to clear out that wave. He's out of mana. He's getting pushed in. He does have his teleport up, so looks like he's just gonna basically just use that to be able to catch most of that wave, get most of the farm, while pushing Charismatic off of the wave, and then he's just gonna go back, probably teleport back as well, just because the wave is gonna be crashing into his tower.
How do you see the gold difference in lane again? Do you remember that hotkey?
I believe it was X. Yeah.
Oh, in the bot lane, we have a big engage. We have Rogan's going to jump around and try to take the damage off. Spence Champ is flashing around doing her con things, and at the end of the day, nothing really happened. Although Trusty's Karma did have to blow both sums, as well as Rovian did.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, they are going to get pushed back. They're gonna have to go back here. Trustiest Karma and Soraka gonna be trying their best to get this one into the tower. I think they are going to be able to do it. Maybe even get some damage on the tower as well, but probably not too much. Yeah, no, it looks like they are going to choose to back here, get off a attempted free back, but they didn't actually quite get the wave into the tower. So this could end up being a little bad for them when they do get back.
Yeah, we'll see if this pushes enough. However, they do have a little bit of a CS lead. We actually see in the top lane almost a kill's worth of CS lead for Charismatic here. But you don't always have to kill your laner if you can just get that CS lead up. Mid lane's pretty even. Pog's doing a great job here because she was just notorious for getting a lead. I guess that early gank really made a difference. But since then, there actually hasn't been too much action, and this is Gromp's style, right? Even with that early lead, things are evening out.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like they might be thinking about running into each other here, but yeah, Gromp had or Raptors. Oh no!
The flash in the top lane. Wow, beautiful kill.
Yeah, no, I did actually miss that one. I was a little too focused on Rune, maybe checking out what was going on in that dragon. But I mean, with that kill in the mid lane from Shu, it looks like Gromp gonna try to pick up this dragon. I think looks like Rune might be. Oh, he's going in for the steal actually. Oh, he does pick it up.
Hey, he gets him out of Drake. He's gonna try and ult out with a burst kill.
Oh.
Down, and Rovian's able to secure the kill. But that's 2 Drakes now over to Raptor's side. What an insane steal. There was 4 Gromp in the pit with him.
Yeah, and it looks like it was actually an early smite coming out from Valib. Or at least the dragon got down to around like 100 health or so, and Rune is able to just pick that one up with his smite. So Yeah, nice from him. He almost actually managed to get out there. Probably wasn't expecting the arrow coming out from Rovian, but
Yeah, that's great because things are about to snowball out of control. Val flashes in, completely goes wide with the chain, but he still has ult, so it doesn't really matter. She's
get it.
really low. Nice stopwatch over by Punks to save his life. Now Val's going to be getting pretty low here. Is Rune going to be able to save it? Grandma's house and secures the kill on Shu, and now we have a jungler with no flash, misses all the items, and Shu's chunked low. Wow, what a play by Raptors.
Man, and I thought that was like pretty much guaranteed to get the kill onto Pogs, but Pogs with a really timely stopwatch there, really getting the big use out of that item. Buying time for Rune to get there, clean them up, and obviously the really nice snipe there coming out from Trustiest Karma, just to make sure that Shu goes down, and Shu now 1 and 2 on this Cassiopeia, and yeah, definitely Gromp actually starting to fall behind here a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Valve's going to go ahead and try and go up and take the Scuttle Crab, but he is so low. This is actually kind of risky. I don't think anyone knows that he's doing this. Luckily for him, he is able to sneak it in. But yeah, now Raptors, I mean, the gold's not too crazy, but you gotta feel good if you're Raptors right now. Pogs is, killer in the mid lane. Killer.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Doing really impressive showing coming out of Pogs so far in this game. And, whenever I'm watching games with Gromp in them, I think one of the really important metrics to kind of watch out for is these CS numbers, because that really is how they tend to get some of their big leads and really scale into that late game so well, is that they're really good at kind of managing CS resources. I think they definitely do that more than most teams. So yeah, just something to watch out for as we go into it. But it looks like Cobalt. Yeah, they were trying to maybe get a dive in onto Cobalt top lane. Didn't quite work, but they do get the hit off of the Rift. Going to be first turret going over to Charismatic and Raptors.
Yeah, really nice. Let's get Charismatic. It's a great idea. Cobalt's great at surviving in lane and just keeping the game at a standstill. Get Charismatic out of that lane and let him start carrying. Yep. Pop the Herald top, and let's see what damage he can do. He goes a big ult onto Cobalt, but he's just so tanky. Is he going to keep going in? Oh, Cobalt drops to so little health, has no mana left. He's going to have to back right there. We'll see if Charismatic stays and pushes for this turret. Valib is slipping up. Cobalt decides he's going to stay. Charismatic, he knows something's up. If Cobalt's staying like that, there's a gank incoming.
Yep. Yeah, and that was definitely a gank where Valid clearly thought it was a good idea. Thought they'd be able to do something, and then kind of was like, I'm not really sure about this one, guys, and kind of took the less like ganky way of just going in through behind the turret, and yeah, just wasn't really able to commit to anything there, and ended up just kind of wasting his time up there as well.
Yeah, I mean, and it was definitely the right call if Valib did say don't do it, because Maokai had 0 mana. Valib is still squishy. I know Amumu eventually becomes, like, unkillable, but he only has, 1,400 health right now?
Yeah, definitely not a lot, and he's also got almost no resistances yet, so he's got the Merc treads, and that's about it so far.
Which isn't going to help you against the set, right? So,
yep.
Definitely the right call there.
Yeah. Set would have no problem tearing through this Amumu.
On top, we do have Maokai's getting pretty chunky, however. Sunflower Cape and Ninja Tabi are completed. I guess he's not fearing too much damage from the Lux, which, I mean, as a Maokai, Cobalt's making the right choice.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I expect a lot of his duty in the next little while here is going to be answering Charismatic in these side lanes, so building for that so he can do that effectively. But, I mean, he is going to be rotating down towards this dragon. Dragon is going to be spawning in 5 seconds. Ooh, and maybe getting a catch here onto Pogs. Or actually a catch here onto Rovian instead. Rovian actually just going to go down pretty much immediately. Pogs getting out just fine, though. And now we actually got a 45 in the favor of Raptors here over this dragon. This could be the third dragon for them, putting them on soul point if they are able to get this. We got a fight breaking out. Teleport.
Yeah, coming in, we have Charismatic. He's going to try and save the day. Valib's going to go ahead and stun up most of the Raptors in the back line. We have Lux ult going down. Is going to be chunking. We have Rakan falling. Senna taking down a Moo. Oh, Charismatic's just beating people up there. 1-2, buckle my shoe, boxer of the life here. Oh, he healed so much from that. How? Cobalt is so tanky, but they're able to eventually beat him down, and it's a 1-for-4. Actually, 1-for-5 because Ash died earlier in the fight.
Man, and honestly, I'm starting to think maybe Chad had a point here. Raptors looking really, really strong in this early game against Gromp, putting them on the back foot, not giving them any time to get their feet under them, and they're on Soul Point now. It's a Cloud Soul, so not quite the most exciting one. Although with Charismatic, with Rune, and especially with Pogs as well on this Lux, he's gonna be firing lasers all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, if Lux gets Cloud Soul or 2 Cloud Drakes, her ult basically goes down to what is it, like 15 seconds if she maxes 40% CDR. That's when you throw it out. You just throw the ult out whenever you see someone. Just use it more as a poke damage than anything.
Yeah, you clear out every single minion wave from a lane, and then you got a couple to spare as well.
Yeah, and it looks like we have Charismatic coming into Valib. He's going to go ahead and... does he steal the red buff there? He does.
Oh, my
Look how
God.
much he choked Valib down from that small thing. He may be out of position here, though. We'll see if he has the ult. He takes Valib down. He's going to run like a madman away, but then Shu's going to be able to kill him eventually. We have Root coming in saying, hey, remember me? I was that horse that ganked you 1 minute into the game. We have Maelstrom coming in. He's going to try and keep him alive. Oh, he's not going to do enough damage. Shu is so low. Flash forward by Karma to go ahead and finish that job. Now they got a big tree to deal with. He's going to go ahead and get stunned up. He has armor for days. Rakan's going to come up and see if he can give this a fighting chance. Early ult by Spencer and charms no one. I'm sorry you're not that attractive, Rakan. Your ult does not have unlimited range. And they're able to get out. Wow, 2-for-1 with, or I guess 2-for-2, but this started with Charismatic fighting them 3-1.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about how Set was going to be able to just tear through this Amumu, and yeah, that's what it looks like. Amumu does have the Bramble Vest now, so didn't actually quite do as much as it would have done, but yeah, I mean that. I'm just a huge fan of Raptors really keeping the pressure on, just trying to make plays happen, stop Gromp from even getting their resources in their own jungle. Just don't actually give them a way back into this game.
This is how you have to play when you have this gold advantage, right? Pedal to the metal, start taking turrets, start really imposing your will. Do not let Gromp get comfortable, because they are incredible at stalling the game out until things even up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And we do have a pause coming out here. It looks like this is related to Charismatic disconnecting, having some internet issues. So yeah, I mean, I guess we've seen Gromp in this position a lot. They always seem to find a way back into it. So I'm not like ready to write them off or anything. I'm basically just waiting for that one team fight where all of a sudden it's like a big play for Gromp. They get like a 4-0 team fight or something, and next thing you know, they just win every fight from there on out. That's how it feels like a lot of Gromp games go. So I'm definitely looking out for that team fight. But in the meantime, if Raptors can avoid that and maybe actually close this one out, I mean, hell yeah.
Yeah, I know we've been highlighting Charismatic, Rune, and Pogs a lot. However, Trustiest Karma is 4-0 right now. And his spacing has been so good on this game. I think Trustiest Karma Senna is going to come down to the decision maker in a lot of these fights.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Gromp has the tools to get on top of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Rakan is too squishy right now. He's going to get blown up as soon as he goes in. Senna is scaling, and he's already 4-0.
Yep.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I hadn't even really noticed how much of a lead Trustiest Karma had managed to build up over Rovian with those kills. So, I mean, yeah, definitely looking at it now, like that's pretty awesome, and that is something that they could definitely try to play around in these fights. Trustiest Karma actually being able to, clean up that fight at the end there, pick up the kill on Shu as well. So, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited to see where this Senna is going to go in some of these upcoming fights. But it looks like we are going to be getting back into the game. Internet is fixed, and yeah, you had to bonk the router. Router has been bonked, and yeah, ready for some action.
Yeah, poor Chad Smatic has been having this problem, I think, with every single game. I'm not sure what's going on with his internet.
Yeah.
Now, so it looks like he's actually going Black Cleaver. I see Rippin' Bonks is not happy with that choice in the chat.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I mean, I think it's like all right. Yeah, I mean, I guess real question is like what are the better options they'd want to see on the set over the Black Cleaver? I haven't played a ton of set myself, so
I think it's good. I think it's actually really good because Black Cleaver gives him everything he wants. It gives him 20% cooldown, and with champions that don't have mana, cooldowns are essentially damage, right? You can proc the 40% or the armor break after 4 hits pretty quickly as set, and you're going against the Maokai. Perhaps Rippin' Bonks could maybe explain why he's so upset against it, but I think it's great. It gives HP, which is W scales off HP. I think it's a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's kind of pointing out the kind of split decision, because he, like on champs like set, you kind of got to like pick between whether you're going to be side laning or team fighting. So like, you know, Blade of the Ruined King, very good for the side laning, less good for the team fighting, and kind of like Black Cleaver better for team fighting but worse in the side laning. So like just kind of like picking one and deciding what your role is going to be. That's obviously some decision making that they also make on champs like Wukong as well.
Sure.
But
I think it's matchup dependent too, though. I mean, look how much armor Maokai is building. I think the Black Cleaver goes a lot farther than the Triforce if you're side laning against the Maokai, no? It has so much armor that it's... I mean, you're not going to build armor pen.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely is a part of it where you kind of got to like consider what you're trying to match in the side lane. If you're trying to match something like, you know, like a Fiora or something that isn't going to be building a ton of armor, then yeah, that could make more sense to go for the much more damage heavy builds. But having the option to actually shred some of that armor, probably pretty good coming out from the set. But yeah, I mean, so it looks like we got, you know, Dragon coming up in about 30 seconds. This one's going to be Soul Point here for Raptors. Raptors all know about it. They're Heroes 5, and they're going to try to maybe catch some of this vision, maybe even catch out a member of Gromp here if they can manage it. Yeah,
this is Soul Point right here already at 22 minutes. Raptors have been destroying the Dragons as soon as they come up. And let's not forget, we're at this point of the game because of that amazing steal by Rune on the second Dragon.
Yep. Yeah, definitely would have been a lot less pressure on this, and this is probably a point where Gromp doesn't really want to fight, but they have to.
He's trying to look for an engage. However, he's going to get snared up, and Trustiest Karma doing a good job walking back and forth. Yep, it's going to have to disengage, but he's already chunked down to 3/4 of his HP just because he walked up. Going in, Karma about to jump in, chain, stun up 4 members, incredible engage, shut down goal.
Oh my god.
We have the ult going down, but Charismatic's in here now, and he's going to be chasing down Rovian. Big ult, Rune's going to come in and slay Valab. I think they just might have been too much gold anyway with that huge engage. Rune's going in, Spence Champ has to flash away. Rovian's going to die now. We just have the chunky Kobold going. He's still alive somehow, taking on 5 members. He's going to be able to peel for a freaking week so Spence Champ can get out of there. Oh my gosh, and that was the best engage possible for Gromp.
Yeah, and that was the fight that looked like it could have been it at the beginning for Gromp. That looked like the one where they might be able to bring this one back, but a really nice flank there from Rune, and then just, you know, managing to CC Shu into a bunch of other people, Charismatic picking up the Maokai, dunking it into all those people, and then Pogs just laying the laser across all of it, and man, that was a nice one to watch. You know, and with that, we got Raptors picking up the Cloud Soul. So that's that Dragon Soul. Next one's going to be Elder, and yeah, I mean, Raptors consistently winning these fights, and that's what they need. This is what they need. They're looking really, really good here. You know, I'm turning into a believer here, man. I'm turning into a believer.
It's incredible. And even though they lost the fight, I have to give a shout out to Valib for that engage. The amazing arrow by Rovian, and then he landed the chain and flashed forward to ult to suppress 4 of the Raptors. It was such a good play, but man, the Raptors just had the right answer to that question.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And now with that fight, like, Gromp doesn't want to be taking these fights, but they keep having to, because Raptors, with that early dragon pressure, just forcing these fights that Gromp doesn't want to take. I imagine the next one might be over this Baron here, or potentially if Raptors just going to try to push up through mid, maybe do some split pressure with Charismatic in the bot lane, try to take that bottom tower as well. But
if you go to the bot lane,
Shu may be trying to catch out Pogs, but yeah, it's not getting it.
If you check out in the bot lane, you can see how the Black Cleaver is killing that Maokai. That came from 4 punches.
Yeah.
If you look at his health right now, like, holy cow. This set is humongous.
Yeah, and so now we got both teams kind of hanging out around this mid lane here. I know this probably isn't what Gromp wants to be doing, but they gotta match the pressure here coming out from Raptors. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're kind of just stalling out time here, right? We're basically waiting for either Charismatic to either get a solo kill onto Cobalt, which is probably not going to happen, or for one of those bindings from Pogs or Trusty's Karma to land on somebody from Gromp, maybe get something there. Maybe Rune go for the dive here on Rovian. Oh, that's it. That's what we're waiting for.
That's what you're looking for.
Yep.
That's what you're looking for right there. Now that turret's going to go ahead and drop down. That's why Hecarim is 4-0 in Rune's hands. He is so good at getting these picks out and using that lead. Now we're going to see if they're going to go ahead and push for the inhib here. Meanwhile, Cobalt's stuck in the bot lane with Charismatic. He's going to try and do some damage to him, but he's not. We have a big going in mid, and we have Valor dropping there. Oh my gosh, this is great. Now they're going to just wait for the next wave. Or perhaps no, they're making their call. They're running over to Baron. Now's the time. You have the jungler dead. There's no smite. And there's no burst on Gromp that could potentially steal the dragon. You go.
Yep. Yeah, you go, you take it. Like that, there isn't really any long. The only real thing you have to worry about is maybe that the Ash arrow coming through, but like that's a pretty easy one to try to work around here. Gonna be able to pick this one up pretty quick. And this is basically how you want to play these like pick comps with split pressure. Like this is a really nice comp coming out from Raptors. They've got all these pick tools that they're able to just catch people here and there, choke out vision. Meanwhile,
oh my gosh, they take forever to take the dragon though. They take forever.
No.
We have coming in. There's a lot of healing coming over from the Soraka, and Rune's able to survive the initial impact. We have Cobalt charging down the back line, and we're gonna see Pogs and Trusty's Karma try and walk away. We have a double kill on Shu. They just took too long to take Baron. They had 3 people on there that were not good at it, and now Gromp gets the engage, and they're gonna turn it around, and look how fast they take Baron.
Yeah, and it seems like the call there from...
we do have the ult. Pogs does have the ult. Is he going to... No, he's not going to be able to steal it.
Yep, and it seemed like the call there from Raptors was to just keep Charismatic in that bot lane. He actually did have teleport for that fight, but deciding not to use it and just try to get those 2 towers in the bot lane instead. But I mean, I'm kind of worried that was the fight, right? Like this is what happens with Gromp. They're losing. They get that one big fight, and then all of a sudden they're winning until they win the game. Like that's I'm worried that this Baron buff is going to buy Gromp enough time where they're able to start winning these fights consistently. Like that one was definitely a little bit more of a like they weren't. Raptors weren't quite in position. They were taking a lot from the Baron and maybe misjudging the amount of damage they'd be able to do to it. But I'm really, really curious to see how these next fights end up going for Raptors.
Another problem too is Lux was actually just waiting for a pick instead of helping with Baron.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there's only 3 members. It literally took them a minute and a half to try and get that Baron down.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like with this Elder Drake coming up in 20 seconds, we're not going to have to wait very long for this next fight. This is looking an awful lot like that first dragon fight that they had with Rune trying to get the flank through the bot side of the river.
She's going to go ahead and engage. Nice flash by Charcius to avoid the Rovian ult. So we do have the Ash Owl currently down. Valib is pressing up pretty deep into here.
Yeah, Rune's here on the flank.
Oh, Rune's got some big Foreman Fear. We have two of the big global ults going down. Valib's going down really low as well. Wow, a lot of damage going down on Set. He's going to go ahead and ult to the back line. Double kill with the Showstopper. We have Shoe dropping so low. Ponks is unstoppable with the double kill onto Valib. That's a 5 for none. And now we're going to see, are they going to go for Elder? No, they're going to go for the end.
Yep. They're definitely... I have a hard time believing they're going to be able to end here, but they're at least going to get the inhibitor. They might be able to do it, though. They got a Mumu coming up in 20 seconds, Spence Champ coming up in 10 seconds now. Rogan's going to come up a little after that. So yeah, actually, they might be able to end this one. That would be insane.
Yeah. It's going to be close, though. We have Spence Champ. See if him and Valib can do anything. He's up now. He's rushing forward. No, I think this is going to be it. Valib, are you going to go and engage? No, he backs off, and then Raptors take game one.
Wow, Raptors taking game one.
Raptors are incredible. They are way undervalued.
Yeah, and I mean, part of it might just be this Hecarim pick coming out from Rune, 5-0 now, 5-0 in the Hecarim, 0-4 and everything else. Like correlation, causation, you tell me, but either way, it's looking hot out there.
Really, cluck, the chicken showed up today. I'm still sticking to my statement, though. It's gonna be 1-1. Gromp's gonna go in the locker room. They're gonna do the little calculations, get out their abacus, and say, okay, this is how we win. This is what went wrong. We'll see. So there's still a lot of hope out there for Gromp fans. Don't go away. We have game 2 coming up.
All right, what's up, Rec League? We're back after a little quick break there, and before that, a pretty exciting game there coming out from Raptors and Gromp. We actually had Raptors taking down Gromp in game 1. Not what anybody expected except for Twitch chat. Twitch chat was ahead of the ball on that one. But yeah, I mean game 2 here is definitely not what a lot of people were expecting. So gonna see some adjustments out of Gromp, I would imagine. What kind of adjustments do you think we're gonna see out of them?
It's so obvious to me that I almost don't even want to say it, but I think there's a certain band you have to make. It's not a 2-legged band; it's a 4-legged band.
All right, Rek'Sai.
Got it, nailed it. All right, that's it, Gromp. If you're listening,
yep.
Ban Rek'Sai, game's over. No,
yep.
I mean just Rune is just incredible on Hecarim. He just really pushes that champ to its limit. So aggressive with it, and that's how you got to play it.
Yeah, and so at least in game 1, the bans we saw coming out from Gromp, they actually did ban out the Lilia because they were red side. So now with Gromp moving to blue side, maybe they could take that as a first pick for Vala if they really care that much about it. But I mean, either way, I imagine they have a couple strategies going into the week, probably planning their bans differently for red side and blue side anyway. But yeah, I mean, also just kind of the Amumu pick was maybe a little bit disrespectful of the early pressure that was going to come out from Raptors. And yeah, I mean, we'll see whether Gromp wants to try to draft a little more early game action. They basically had scaling across the map. They were just like scaling, and they just got it taken to them a little too early. So Jay Herbo pointed out the Lilia bans because Rune is a 60% win rate Lilia main. So I guess that makes a lot of sense. I'm actually pretty sure we banned Lilia against them too. So I just
yeah, and she is a super strong champion. If you know, she's so interesting because she plays like no other champion, right? Where her tank is her speed. She's so hard to kill because you just can't get on top of her. So it's weird to play her, but if you are really good with her, you can just do crazy things.
Yeah. I mean, we will see what they do decide to change up here in this game 2. So again, we got Gromp on the blue side. They're going to go with the Shen ban right off the bat. So no changes so far.
Vlad ban, you have to respect Shoes Vlad. He's just a monster with that champion.
Yep, not much to say there. We're seeing the Samira ban as well against Trustiest Karma. I think Trustiest Karma is probably one of the 80 carries in the league who plays Samira the most, so not too surprised to see that one. But I mean, no adjustments so far. So Gromp with the Lilia ban. Yep, no adjustments out of Gromp. Looks like they might either pick their comp a little differently, or maybe they're going to pick up the Hecarim for Valib or something. We'll see.
Now I have to be a little critical of Gromp here. You have first pick. Valib plays Lilia. Why wouldn't you just ban Hecarim and steal Lilia?
Ooh, it looks like Gromp decided that Soraka was the problem actually coming out from Raptors,
okay.
Which I mean, like at least in that last fight where Raptors was able to 5-0 and end the game. I mean, Soraka was a big reason of why they were able to stay healthy through that fight. So Gromp deciding that being the real problem, not the most obvious one, but kind of the sneaky problem. And it looks like Raptors gonna choose Nami in the support role because the champion pool down there probably isn't the largest. But Hecarim coming out for Rune again, and we got Pogs on the Zoe.
Yeah. And you know what? That is a great read actually by Gromp. I do have to give him credits because we didn't really touch on it that much, but Soraka was doing huge things. So we have Valib going on to buy, just much more aggressive. This is another. I told you they're going to go in the locker room and decide what they have to do to change. Vi helps you get to the late game. She's such a strong early ganker. She's going to help all the lanes survive.
Yeah, and so yeah, I mean, I was talking earlier about how Gromp's team comp last game was definitely scaling. This time they're actually, maybe a little more respect in this pick ban phase. Picking up the Silas is going to be able to brawl a little earlier. The Vi is going to be able to brawl very early and just basically match Hecarim in those early ganks. And Soraka as well going to do a pretty good job of basically helping deal with some of the aggression in the bot lane. So, and also just across the map with her ultimate.
That ban coming out, did not enjoy going against that. Charismatic did a great job, not only in lane but in team fights, just getting in the middle is a showstopper ult and the Senna ban.
Yep.
This was really good on the Senna, sneaky good.
Yeah, and those were two picks that were really impactful coming from Raptors in the last game, so not surprised to see them taken out. Gonna have Trusty's Karma on the Ezreal this game, so definitely a little different than the Senna, although gonna fulfill a similar role of poking and being able to do so from a safe distance. Not exactly the same thing, but fits onto the same comps, which it seems like Raptors really like playing, which is these kind of like split push pick poke type comps where they basically just try to create pressure around the map and just use that to make the enemy team push into dark jungles and get picks.
Absolutely. We have Maokai top. Maokai when Charismatic gets the counter pick. Interesting. I'd like to see what Charismatic does with this information.
Yeah.
Maokai can be easily
Malphite?
Malphite, I'm sorry. Malphite can be easily countered. Maokai.
Yeah.
Like for instance, pick Mordekaiser up here or something and just ruin Cobalt's day with that.
Yeah,
I do know Charismatic can play him. Oh, he decides to go with Urgot.
Interesting. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
I maybe would not have picked Urgot into Malphite because if Malphite goes Bramblebest first, which a lot of Malphites do, that's not a great time for Urgot. He does not enjoy that item very much.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is definitely a matchup that it looks really good on paper, but it's definitely a little tougher in practice. But we will see. Cobalt gonna have a little bit more ability to kind of make some plays happen around the map. So definitely expecting to see more of that out of him this game on this Malphite pick over the Maokai. Maokai's generally it's good at kind of like forcing engage onto one person and maybe disengaging as well. But Malphite definitely a lot better at forcing engages on large groups of people and just making fights happen. So
I'm so surprised he picked Urgot into Malphite. That's so we've talked before in the Rec League, not us specifically, but other casters about sometimes counter picks don't really matter, right? Because if there's a skill differential. The issue though here with this specific counter pick is that Bramblebest. The reason Bramblebest is so strong against Urgot, which I'm telling the viewers, I mean you're an Urgot main, you know this, but so Urgot's W, where he does the machine gun, does reduced attack, does reduced damage, but he fires it a lot, so it's very, very strong. Every time he's doing those multi-attacks, you're taking full Bramblebest damage. So you're doing less damage, you're taking the Bramblebest damage even more quickly than most other champions. So you're actually losing the trades with Malphite not really having to do much else.
Yeah,
it's not a good look.
Yeah, definitely a little tough there for Urgot, but I mean, yeah, it seems like the role that Charismatic has kind of been filling on Raptors is this being able to side lane effectively and not have people answer him. It seems like a lot of the picks that he does are based around doing that. But also being able to get in the team fight and fight the good fight while he's there. So yeah, I mean, we'll see if he's going to be able to actually apply the same pressure onto the Malphite later in the game as he was able to do on set. But I mean, I'm not super optimistic, but I mean, his team fighting still pretty good there on the Urgot. And one of the big hallmarks of Urgot is that he has a very hard mid game spike. So I'm expecting Raptors to try to play around that a bit. Keep him in the side lane for a while, and then once he hits level 13 and his shotgun knees cooldown goes way down, they're probably gonna try to get him with the team. Make a fight or two happen, and maybe hope that happens around when if they can keep up this dragon pressure around when Soul's gonna when they're gonna be on Soul Point, and maybe make something happen like that. But I mean, at least looking at the Raptors comp, I'm expecting a similar strategy from them as last game. Gromp definitely going to be a little bit different, though.
Oh, absolutely. I think mid lane may be the lane to watch here with Shu on Silas.
Mm-hmm.
If you can dodge Zoe's trouble bubble, you just go in if you're Silas, and you just absolutely wreck her, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I play a lot of Silas. You play a lot of Zoe. What are your thoughts on the matchup?
I mean, I haven't played Zoe mid lane a lot, but
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll see. Before we do get into the game, I do want to take a quick glance at the poll one more time, see if anything has changed. And it seems like that is a big fat no. A whole lot of Raptors fans out there.
Listen, I mean, Gromp is late game, not only in per game, but in series. Gromp has this incredible ability to analyze the game and make the adjustments that they need to, which you had mentioned it with the champ picks here. Everyone on Gromp's side does not need to scale to 30 minutes, right?
Yep.
They're all effective pretty early, which is an incredible adjustment. Reacting to the Raptors' heavy, aggressive style.
Yep. Yeah, and it seems like that's what they're going to try to do. So yeah, deciding from last game that the picks from Raptors weren't the problem. It was their picks that was the problem. So we'll see if that ends up being right. Grump usually has a pretty good read on this kind of thing, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how this plays out and see if Rune can get that aggressive early game, and if Valib's going to answer him now. And Valib actually went Hail and Blades on Vi, which is so the damage is shocking when she hits you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean that's definitely pretty standard on Vi right now, at least. But yeah, so Valib actually putting down the ward, going back, buying the sweeper. I'm a big fan of doing that on these early game gankers like the Vi. And one thing I do want to point out here that I think is really smart from Raptors is this word right here. I wouldn't be shocked to see Valib take this red buff and maybe even think about doing a level 2 gank onto Pogs, but that's going to be actually shut down pretty hard by that ward. So I imagine Pogs is just going to be basically watching that to see if that's going to be coming out real early. But I mean, we'll see. It looks like Valib going to be just heading across the map towards his topside jungle instead.
Drake actually did Raptors start first, and he's maybe looking. No, he's actually going to go back and do his red then. Those double wards actually slowed Rune down a little bit, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing, though, is that since he had the sweeper and he popped it as he was going there, he was able to not waste a ton of time. Like, if he didn't have that sweeper there and he didn't know the wards were there and he tried to do a level 2 gank mid again, he would end up, wasting a ton of time without even having taken a buff yet, and would have just been kind of a mess there. But, with that sweeper, able to, see that it's not really worth his time to try to do that, pick up the wards, get the gold, get the experience, and then head back into the jungle.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see Pogs why people ban his Zoe. He's chunking Shu down a lot. Shu's already had to use 2 corrupting pots just to stay in the lane. He really takes use of Zoe's passive, where every time she uses ability.
Here comes Valib.
He gave me right in. Valib goes in. Nice flash by Pogs. There's that aggressiveness that we need to see from Valib.
Yep. Yeah, and so he does get the flash out, and thankfully neither Valib nor Shu had to flash there to to basically just give it back. So, you know, Pogs is going to be flashless here for a little bit, but Valib actually maybe walking into a couple members of Raptors here. Man,
the whole squad's here. Squad goals right here for the Scuttle Crab.
Yeah.
Everyone's showing up and saying, "Don't beat up my horse. He's my friend. Leave him alone."
Yeah, and that's definitely like a big part of the meta right now is basically like helping your jungler with these crabs and really just like having that lane pressure. Rune now heading into mid lane, maybe try to get a gank on the Shu, but actually just going to use Shu as a little thing to dash through to get to the second crab faster. So.
Rune's actually going to get double crabs up on Valib, which you don't see too often against Vi.
Yeah.
Nice big heads up play.
Yeah, and Pogs here continuing to poke out Shu in the mid lane. He is starting to, you know, fall behind on CS just a little bit, but we'll see if that does continue. But
yeah. I mean, so I think she's still
Rune's
good.
here.
Oh, wow. Flash down. Oh, he gets show. Does the bubble hit? No, just barely short. And then Pogs picks up his flash and goes, I might need this later. Maybe I'll,
yeah.
just in case Valib pays a visit. Wow, the pressure onto Shu right now. I was going to just say that he's fine because he still has 2 biscuits. But this Rune Pogs combination, super impressed with.
Yep. Yeah, and that one of the big advantages of like Hecarim as your jungler is that it's so hard to ward against stuff like that because he can come from so many angles and he just comes in at like 30 miles an hour, kind of like he's doing right now, gonna try to, and you know, like he's not actually like he's basically just doing it like on his way through the lane. He's like, oh, I'm going bot side anyway. I'll just dash through Shu and chunk out a bunch of his health while I'm passing through.
Yeah, I love it because it's not even like like you're saying, it actually helps him to gank Shu. That's so funny. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we have Cobalt chunking Charismatic super low. Look at him right now, and he's got this huge wave, so he can't even engage.
Yeah.
But Charismatic is actually up a lot of CS on him after he takes this wave.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like at the end of the day, that's what matters. It looks like Valib and Cobalt gonna maybe think about a dive up here though, and I don't know if Raptors know that Valib is up there or if they're.
Oh, there's the charge.
Oh, there they go.
Nice flash out. Is the Q gonna finish the job? No, he uses this shield from E to stay alive. Well done. Meanwhile, we have Rune coming into the mid lane again.
One more time.
Dash out.
Yeah.
Wow. Great job by Charismatic staying alive. If he didn't E to get Urgot's shield, he was dead.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, and if Cobalt was 6 there, it looked like he was about halfway to 6. So wasn't quite able to get to 6 in time to provide that extra damage and that extra CC. But I mean, nice try there by Cobalt, and Valib just ended up not quite being able to clean that one up.
Yep. Yeah, Charismatic. Oh, he's actually going to ult Cobalt. I don't think you can do anything with that ult.
Yeah,
just try and force it out of lane.
Yeah. Yeah, that probably didn't wasn't quite worth it, but you know, I guess if he's just planning to shove it into wave anyway, I guess it makes it makes Cobalt have to walk back further before he can actually go back, and so Charismatic was actually able to crash this wave into the tower where he might have before. He might not have before. I don't. Yeah.
Urgot such a short cooldown too, so it's not the worst thing.
I mean, so actually at rank 1, it's pretty long. It's around 2 minutes. But like once he gets to rank 2, rank 3, that's when it starts getting really short. But he is going to be without kill pressure for around another minute here in this top lane. Although against a Malphite, I'm not really sure how much kill pressure he had to begin with. So we'll see.
Yep, currently, let's take a look at CS right now. We have the bot lane looking pretty even, difference of 3 CS. Top lane is actually currently dead even, and we have Shu actually getting 12 CS lead with all that pressure that's been thrown at him this game. That's insane.
Yep. Yeah, doing a really good job. You know, farming just fine here, despite whatever Raptors does. And I mean, this early game already looking a lot better for Gromp. You know, they got the tools to match some of this aggression. They got some safer laners, and now they're actually looking to take the first dragon for themselves here, which is going to do a whole lot towards letting them scale into this late game.
Yeah, games are already looking very, very different. This is Gromp's game. Game 1, they were playing to Raptor style. This is exactly what Gromp likes to do. No kills until 20 minutes, and then suddenly you lose.
Yep. Yeah, just kind of hang out, you know, and yeah, see what happens.
Yep. All right. We actually have Cobalt decided to go with Bomby Cinder first item, which is great item. Don't hate it. We'll see if he decides to finish it or if he's going to go straight into Bramblebest next. Oh my gosh, that Zoe poke is so annoying in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, didn't even hit the paddle star, but he did have a ignite that he had picked up, so he's able to just basically just ignite auto.
Here's a free ignite, MBD.
Yeah.
We actually have Rune giving the blue buff over to Pugs very early on too, which is really nice. Pugs is going to be able to keep this lane exactly where he wants, and after this wave, actually, they're going to be a lot closer to CS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's great. I mean, Pugs is playing really well too, but they're not getting that early game snowball that Raptors is known for, and it's got to give you a little hesitation on how this game's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have Rovi and Wing in on Trustiest Karma, seeing that Nami wasn't there. However, Ezreal has his own little dash, so he's going to be able to get away just fine.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about that because when it happened, Rune was walking down through river, but he did turn around in time. Oh, and we got a 2v2 here in the mid lane.
Oh, shoot! Steals Hecarim's ult to try and get away. We actually have Val getting really low. He's going to go ahead and knock up Rune. Oh, they're both...
Oh.
We should get away. Val goes back in and gets the first kill. Oh, and then Urgot, charismatic, coming down and just nom and eats up Shu. Game has been paused, and it's going to be a 1-for-2 at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it looked really good for Gromp at the beginning there, and then Rune basically showed up, made it a 2v2, and then it ended up basically like it was looking really good there for a while. Pog was able to just kind of lay down a bubble in the middle of that. Shu ended up getting caught up by that, and had to kind of walk away there. And while he was doing that, they were able to clean up the kill onto Valab, and they're able to pick one up there in the meantime. But charismatic just walking down and grabbing the nice little kill for himself. It's probably going to make his top lane up there a lot easier.
By the way, shout out to Trustiest Karma. I don't think I've seen Karma miss a single global in this entire series.
Yeah.
Ezreal came from all the way downtown and still hit both people there, and he was doing that last game with Senna as well.
Yep. Yeah. No, definitely really good. Just map awareness as well as just good aim and like knowing where people are going to be across the map. It's not an easy skill to learn.
No, with the travel time, it's definitely not. It looks like they're actually going to back here. He may have enough to finish with Maramoon, which may be why they're backing. Also, Valab, I think they had an inkling that Valab was bot side.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Rune thinking about this top side here, going in onto Cobalt.
Oh yeah, he's going to go ahead and go in, but Cobalt has ult. It's just ults right out of the pony charge, so we have no worries there. Cobalt staying alive, doing what he does best.
Yep. And Malphite's ult called Unstoppable Force for a reason. He is unstoppable, and that's not going to get knocked out. But Shu actually, I don't know, buddy.
The wrong side of town. He tries to see the Urgot ult and just gets completely annihilated. Very unshoe-like with that move there. Charismatic was not nearly close enough to death for the ult to kill him.
Yeah, not entirely sure what he was going for there, but it clearly didn't work out like he planned. And yeah, I mean, free kill. Raptors will take those. They don't mind. They're gonna take this rift. Maybe use a top lane here while the plates are still standing. Or actually, it looks like we're gonna get Rune maybe pushing into the jungle, run into Valab here. The jungle fight.
Oh, Valve actually just gets out of town. It's a good call. I mean, Cobalt had just backed when that fight started. Oh, Cobalt actually decides to go Sunfire Cape. Straight into Sunfire Cape instead of getting the Bramble Vest.
Yeah, and so Rune, going back here, he's got about a minute and a half on being able to actually get plates off of this Rift Herald. So I really want to see him basically try to make something happen now with it and be able to actually get plates on one of these towers, because yeah, that would be basically makes it a lot more effective when you can get that extra gold off of it. But looks like they're gonna walk towards this Infernal Dragon, which is gonna be spawning in about 30 seconds here.
Yeah. Now, I mean, already the difference from game 1 is that Gromp has taken the first dragon, so Soul will be a little delayed if they take this one. Oh, there's a lot of posturing though. Both teams are gonna really fight over this. Trusty's Karma actually went with the Sheen instead of the Maramoon, which gives earlier damage. Oh, we have Rooney speeding in against a Tristania, but Ropian can just W out. Oh, interrupts it halfway through and chunks him a bit. I like it.
I love that Rune is fine with just taking these fights taking these ganks where all he does is just E on the people and do a bunch of damage. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, this is kind of a place where I would have liked to. Oh no.
Oh, we have Malphite down here. Actually, the Raptors are out of position. Urgot is still too high up. Taking CS in the bot lane. Are they just going to give over the dragon? Yeah, second dragon is going to go over to Gromp. Oh, Rune may be in the wrong side of town there. Does he still have ult? Is he able to get out? Oh, he does still have ult, but he holds on to it for so long. Now he's going to hit the
go back in. Holy shit.
Just absolutely. Oh no, we had Pod just disappeared in that fight. I'm not even sure when that happened.
Yeah, man, like I know they're all grouped up, but that's still a 5v3 no matter how grouped up they are. That's a tough one. Yeah, like so when Raptors actually got that gank onto Robian in the bot lane, and they saw that he was the only person down there, and Pogs was kind of like dancing around and trying to pick onto Spence Champ. Nice job there by Pogs, but yeah, no, I really wanted to see them use the Rift at the start of that, and basically force the pressure there, because like Rovian didn't have any way to get back to the team, and the team didn't really have a great way to get to that, to stop that. So, you know, maybe if they had done that a little earlier, they could have maybe gotten better out of that. But I mean, they're still in the lead, so they're down 2 dragons. So Soul's not really the Raptors' win condition right now, but that's okay. There's plenty of other win conditions out there that they could try to make happen.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Now we have Rune, speaking of win conditions, going to come in on Shu again. However, he's not going to be able to get the kill there. We actually have Pogs picking up the red smite, which is really good, actually, against Silas, completely reducing his damage when Silas goes in on you. That's actually could be play here. Actually, nope, never mind. We have Shu decided to back. How do you keep a level head when that horse has been in your lane all game?
Yeah. I mean, he's been in the lane all game, but he actually hasn't really gotten a whole lot from it. So just kind of telling yourself, like you know, he's kind of wasting his time here a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. The Hecarim hasn't quite dominated like it has in a lot of past Raptors games yet, but you know. Still gonna have that impact on the game and still get those engages as we go.
Going in is gonna get drowsied up. Big damage from Pogs. He's gonna steer him away from the turret, but then he uses his own fear against Rune, but it's not enough. Pogs slays Shu. Shu's currently 1 in 3. This pressure is doing worlds for the Raptors.
Yep. Yeah, and Pogs definitely feels like the win condition this game. Like that. The Pogs on this Zoe pick, he's getting lots of picks all over the place, and yeah, I mean they just got to use that, keep getting picks, keep taking these unfair fights afterwards, and yeah.
Oh, we have actually Rune going in on Valor, but then Cobalt comes in. He got knocked up to the moon with the double ult, and he's going to get picked. I think Rune's getting a little too aggressive with the horsey here. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I would probably chalk that one up to a bait there by Valor. You know, he definitely looked pretty juicy walking through the jungle there. He's been getting the worst of most of these fights against the Hecarim, and yeah, I mean, Horse maybe getting a little too excited, but that's okay.
Oh, too big for his saddles. But yeah, I guess I could totally see that. And a 1v1 Rune definitely beats Fowler there.
Yeah,
for sure. He's got the Triforce. He actually decided to go Ninja Tabby. I guess there's not that much CC, right, on the Gromp side, which I'm just picking up on this now. Or not too much CC that the Merc Treads would negate, because knockups do not get negated by Merc Treads.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the main thing there, I think, is that it's generally a good pickup against this Zoe. Basically reducing the amount of time that you're going to be kept in that bubble, and then
I'm talking about the Ninja Tabbies for Hecarim.
Oh, sure, yeah. Okay. Yep, that makes a lot more sense, yeah. Yeah, so I was like, I don't know, Mertret seemed pretty good here.
But yeah, that Zoe bubble, keeping her in place, and she can do all this damage. Charismatic's actually going into Cobalt on the top here, and because he doesn't have Bramble Vest, and he's not building towards Bramble Vest, Urgot is actually winning these trades. He's doing the % health damage from the shotgun from the knees. I think this may be an error on Cobalt's side, not itemizing correctly.
Yep. It seems like he just kind of has a little bit of an aversion to that item. Just like you don't really need to finish it for a while. It's just like it's a nice thing to have, and it makes matchups like this a ton easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we have the Zoe bubble going down on the teleport onto Shu here. Rune, Rune gets a little knocked up. There's a lot of damage, has to ult away, which is the main engage here for Raptors. They do not want to give this dragon in. Oh, the Malphite ult's going in. We're going to see if he can get any kills. No, he doesn't. Everyone's able to escape. They all have their flashes out. We have the Soraka ult going up, healing everyone back in, but Trusty's Karma may be out of position. He's struck so low. Rovian goes in to finish the job. Meanwhile, we have Urgot just getting absolutely annihilated. Double kill onto Tristana. Rovian's looking super huge. Meanwhile, Maelstrom on Nami saying, please, no, I'm just a fish. Leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with this. But Cobalt's got so much armor. He's able to tank all these turret shots. We have his heal coming out. He's still taking damage, but Frescamp won't let him die. We have Rune go ahead and kill him. Oh, no, he gets killed by the turret. At the end of the day, this has been an absolute massacre. Silas gets the shutdown onto Pogs. Wow, we have the kills even up 8-8. What an insanely drawn out fight.
Yeah, and yeah, like the Nami with that play, like dodging around the minions and stuff, actually ends up baiting her team in a little bit. And then Shu and Rovian able to clean up 2 extra kills on the backside of that fight. But man, that was a crazy extended fight there, and like honestly, those are the fights that definitely looked a lot more Raptors' way. Last game where you basically have these extended fights and the Soraka would basically keep your whole team pretty topped off through it, and it honestly feels like it might be a little bit of Soraka difference in fights like that between the two.
Absolutely, and we see absolutely zero Grievous wounds on the side of Raptors. Again, itemization is super important. You can't just go your normal build. You have to look at the team cost.
Yep. Yeah, and that's definitely something that I would love Charismatic to pick up, just because he's probably pretty likely to be doing physical damage to a lot of people when they're going to be trying to heal up. So that's definitely something I want to see coming out of at least somebody on Raptors. But
we have Shu being a shark in the bot lane here. He's going to go ahead and try and go against Tristy's Karma. He's going to go ahead and stun him up and just absolutely he's still up. No, he does go down.
Yep, he's gonna die to that one. Charismatic now trying to get out in the top lane here. Actually gets the Malphite ult out with not a lot to show for it from Cobalt, but might have something to show for it here though. Oh, this could be a big fight.
Be nommed up, and then we have Zoe's just going down to Rovian in the background. Rovian has been playing so well this game, really showing up on the Tristana.
Yeah, and I mean, like, been looking really good so far, and like the bot lanes are basically they definitely feel a little reversed this game from the last one, and it's definitely interesting watching Gromp having to rely on their bot lane a little bit more than they normally do. But yeah, I mean, Rovian picking up the slack, and putting the team on his back a bit here. with this Tristana pick.
Yeah, and Gromp is actually ahead right now in gold. They really have commanded this game. They're on soul point. They're looking really good. Just please, someone on either, as chat's saying, apparently this one is.
Ezreal got one.
Oh, okay. We're gonna be okay, chat. We're gonna be okay. They have.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going against Soraka in your lane and a Silas. I don't understand why that's not. I mean, even Pogs here should be picking up Morellicon second item instead of going for the huge damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I like having it on somebody. I'm not sure that Ezreal is like the most important person to have it on, though. Because at least like the actual like being able to apply that with physical damage, you can't really apply that with a lot of because a reasonable amount of the stuff he's gonna be able to put onto a lot of people at once is gonna be magical damage. So, but it's better than nothing.
His Q does apply it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but at least in those fights when you've got like Hecarim trying to like engage on a large group of people, the Soraka ult's still going to heal most of them. just not the one that Ezreal is attacking.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I would say that's the one big thing. I would the one thing on Raptors, because if you think about it, like if they had it last fight, when they were at the Dragon Pit, it might have turned it. Soraka is really the difference maker between these two teams.
Mm-hmm.
And props to Gromp for picking up on that, huh?
Yeah.
Or at least I was saying they're a little nuts for leaving the Hecarim open, but they're smarter than I am.
Hmm.
Yes, J-Moo, even in this economy, you need to start purchasing Grievous Wounds. I'm sorry. Save up. You just got to do it. It's going to pay dividends, all right? All right, meanwhile, we have, it looks like everything's slowing down a little bit here on both sides. We have about a 1K gold lead, game's 25 minutes in, still insanely close, minus the dragons, and that dragon's coming up. This will be soul point for Gromp.
Yep. Yeah, and yeah, the tides have turned here just a little bit, and now Raptor is going to be pretty much forced to take this fight. I mean, thankfully, again, it is a Cloud Soul, so not the absolute worst thing it could be. But yeah, I mean, might see a little bit of a fight here over this, though.
Oh, Hugh just gets drowsy and pops up the ult. Cobalt's gonna go ahead and ult him under turret. Hecarim's gonna come sliding in like a big pony. Oh no, Urgot misses his own ult. We still have Shu's been CC'd this entire fight. He's not been able to move. However, everyone's able to heal up. Thank you so much, Soraka, for that ult. And the fight gets just reset back to 0. And Drake's coming up, but now Gromp has the inside track. Nice sleep by Pogs. Oh, Val's actually going to queue in, but Trusty's Karma's going to get out of there, and Nami's going to heal him back to... There's so much healing on both teams. It's insane.
Urgot just went back, bought an executioner's calling, and teleported back in. He was like, this clearly isn't working, guys. I got to go pick this up and then come back. So now they're the same fight, but this time they got the...
Room with the ult, or the angle here. Pogs is doing massive damage. We're gonna have 2 people die, 3 people down on Gromp. We have Spencer flashing up there trying to get away. Rune's gonna hunt down Shu. No, I don't know if the turret's the play up there. Meanwhile, Pogs is gonna be hunting down Soraka. Will Spencer get away? Is he sneaky? He's not sneaky. Yeah. He's so sneaky.
Yeah, and it looks like now we have Raptors going for this dragon. That was really funny though, having essentially the exact same fight 2 times in a row, but one with the Urgot not having Grievous Wounds and one with the Urgot having Grievous Wounds. And spoiler alert, they turn out pretty differently. So Raptors able to win that second fight there, pick up the Cloud Drake for themselves, and gonna buy themselves just a little bit of time here on that soul.
Is that, I feel like it's one of those cheesy ads like the doctors hate this one trick or something. Is that all it took to change the fight? Was getting Urgot, who's going to do massive AoE damage, essentially, to get some Grievous Wounds?
Yeah. I mean, like, so there's definitely also some ults burned in that first fight, like the Soraka ult that she didn't have for that second fight, which definitely made it a little bit tougher. But yeah, I mean, Raptors.
Anyone is setting up a hotline right now for
yeah. Yeah.
1-800 gold item is exactly what they needed.
Yep.
All right, we have stemmed the bleeding a little bit here for Raptors. It's still insanely close, but 2K gold lead over to them now. We're gonna see, and you know what's funny? This normally we would be saying, okay, this is Gromp's game to win because they're exactly where they want. They're not on their hyper scaling champions. That's how they got to this point. That's why they're able to keep the game so close, because they have not gone hyper scaling.
Yep.
So Raptors are still looking really good. And we're not waiting for that Gromp special.
Yeah, looks like might have a pick here on Dispense Champ.
Oh, there's only healing, but guess what? They have Grievous Wounds now, buddy. He ain't gonna survive anymore. We get the pick on Soraka.
Yeah, the Nami bubble landed there on Dispense Champ, and then nobody did anything, and I was like, all right. And then he had the pony coming out of the jungle at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's like, all right, we're doing something, guys.
Screaming in the mics, going, why isn't she dead yet? I'll do it myself.
Yep. Yeah.
Pulling his own Thanos impersonation.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we now see Raptors are getting in control of this game here. We have, Charismatic's actually in a little bit of a bad spot. Valve's going to go ahead and ult him in. We're going to see the E to counter it. Great job with staggering that by Charismatic. Does have to blow flash though.
Yep. Yeah.
That E stagger can be kind of tricky, so he's really showing his skills there.
Yep. Yeah. It is possible to buffer CC kind of like you do with the Tristana jump, which definitely makes a lot of that kind of stuff a little bit easier. But I didn't quite see if he was able to do that in that fight, but
yeah. So Vi actually used her ult to knock him up, but he had buffered it right before she got to him.
Okay.
To still move forward while she was stuck in place doing her animation.
Yep. Oh yeah. That definitely really nicely done there then by Charismatic.
The Charismatic. All right, now we're gonna be looking for, I guess, maybe maybe a pick or the next objective to come up. Dragon. I don't actually have the timer on Dragon, but we're still a little bit of ways from it. We do have Baron up.
Yeah.
It looks like everyone's just be side laning and taking CS at the moment.
Yep. So next Dragon's about 1.5 minutes out right now.
Actually, Urgot traded in his Executioners for Bramble Vest.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I feel like, maybe get rid of that D-Blade instead.
Yeah.
But I mean,
we have Room charging in. They see an opening. Oh, Pony's gonna just go back to lane. They thought there was something there.
Yeah.
So I'm not the biggest fan of Bramble Vest on Urgot, because if you just don't hit him, you don't get it applied to you, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Ripping
terrible, but it's avoidable. Whereas when you have Executioner's Calling, you can't avoid it.
Yeah. I mean, like that. It is a good point that he's probably gonna be getting autoed by more people than he's gonna auto himself. So, kind of makes sense. But yeah, I mean, also with the Bramble Vest on Rune as well means that Grievous Wound's gonna get applied all over the place, and we even got the Merlinomicon on Pogs as well. So
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's unavoidable at this point, right?
Yeah. Raptors definitely got the memo here on the Grievous Wounds thing. They diagnosed the problem, they found a fix, and they have applied the fix. So.
And I guess that at this point you can only attack Nami if you don't want Grievous Wounds attacked too. So you know what? You're right. In this situation, Bramble Vest is a good choice.
Yeah.
We have Posturing going down again because the dragon is up. They've been fighting so hard for this dragon all series, not alone just this game. Gromp does not have the inside track this time. However, Raptors is a little split up while they have the death ball for Gromp. They're right where they need to be. Oh, Shu gets chunked there. Pogs with the 3-item Zoe is doing damage.
Yeah, but I mean, Pog's kind of in a weird spot now. If they do try to do this fight, Pog's actually getting maybe a little bit caught out here by Shu. Oh, that looks like he is actually going to be able to disengage that one. And meanwhile, his team is actually going to be able to secure the dragon. So that was really nicely done. But now the fight's breaking out.
Nami chops up at a lot of the damage. Oh, Rope's just jumping in and then flashes out the sides. That's not a great idea. Nice, charismatic from my grandma's house and goes nom 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 on their main healer. You don't need grievous wounds when that happens. Cobalt actually flashes forward to slow down Hakram, and then we have Rovian getting the kill. It's going to be a 2-for-1 and a dragon in favor of Raptors.
Yeah,
nice baiting by Pogs, as you were saying earlier, getting all that attention up there, then they snuck in the dragon.
Yep. Yeah, he was so convincing at being caught out that he even fooled me. But yeah, I mean, it was actually kind of funny because Shu trying to catch him out with the GLP meant that Pogs could just pick up the GLP and disengage with it, and was able to just kind of turn around and get out of that. But I mean, the real exciting part of that fight for me was the snipe there by Charismatic, getting the kill onto, I believe it was Rovian, and basically just saying. Oh, it was on Dispense Champ. Yeah, but basically just saying like this fight's over at this point, guys. Better get out of here.
Just the big nom 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 by Chad Maddock.
Mm-hmm. American Sniper.
Hey, he is a force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
Meeting with him, it was really fun. He had a lot to show for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So now we have the Raptors actually getting a 3K gold lead now. This game's going on a little bit longer, but again, we don't have the hyper scaling from Gromp. So I don't think they're in trouble, because normally the win condition against Gromp is, we have a Drowsy going in the mid lane. It's going to try and stay asleep. Oh, the healing from Soraka prevents the burst. Wow, they almost gets ulted. Spence Champ and Rovian have to go home now. That huge ult by Trustiest Karma. We have two snipers on Raptors right now. Trustiest Karma and Chad Maddock do not miss longer range ults.
Yeah, looks like
and they're chasing down. Oh, they're going to set up for Baron here?
Yeah. They basically set up this this split play where they got Charismatic in the bot lane. You got two people to answer him, and it looks like Raptors should be able to just start up this Baron as much as they want. Charismatic doing what he can to get out. Looks like he is actually going to be taken down, but meanwhile, over by the dragon, it looks like Raptors just baiting in Valab, trying to force him to make the move and just catching him out when he does.
Zanya's by Shu there is actually going to steal the ult of Rune and then use it to get out. He hit Zanya's right there. He was a dead man. They're actually going to be able to force that. Oh, he's going to go back onto Zoe, but she's able to sleep him up right away, and then Zanya's to try and get out. He's going to use his own barrier for a little bit more health.
Oh!
No! Rovian from jumping in. That was going to be a kill shot if Rovian finished that jump. Incredible Nami ult to stop the engage.
That was the best Nami wave I have ever seen. I thought Pogs was so dead there, but yeah, just really nicely done there, and just that's how you use that ability, guys. That's how you use it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's much stronger as a disengage than an actual engage. That is awesome play by Nami.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now we're kind of reset. So the end result of that was basically a kill or two to either side, and Charismatic was able to be answered in the bot lane. But it looks like Raptor is just going to try to set up the exact same thing and do it again. Yeah,
why not? I mean, it was looking good until it didn't. So
yeah.
Guys even out. Oh, actually, they're both. We have Malphite, Cobalt frantically pinging that the Cloud Drake is coming up. Still trying to get soul points over for Gromp. But I mean, to be honest, at this point, if you have two clouds and you lose the soul point, it's not the end of the world, right?
Yeah. So, Gromp basically has one more to give if they want it. And yeah, I mean the cloud soul in general isn't that exciting on Raptors. So oh no.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and try and get out. No, he's not. He's just going to go ahead and try and take as much as he can with him. It gets completely destroyed right before Drake comes up. And it looks like Raptors are going to respond by rushing over to the Baron and say, fine, we'll trade Soul for Baron. But hopefully this time, all four members attack the Baron, because we remember what happened in Game 1.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like they are trying to start this up, but Gromp does know about it, so they're actually going to send all 5 members over to answer this.
No, they're a little wavering, actually. Rovian's decided he's going to do the dragon by himself instead, which is actually a good call, because they just forced the Raptors out. Baron is safe, and Rovian's able to take this by himself.
Yep. Yeah. The only thing that they actually really needed to do there from Gromp was basically just let Raptors know that they knew about it, and just provide the threat of. They didn't actually need to have all 5 people there to just have the threat of this is going to be a really tough Baron for you guys to take. So Rovian able to pick up the dragon while it's happening, although
Rovian.
Yeah, Rune tried to get the catch out there, but not quite able to do it.
Exactly what you were saying. Sorry to cut you off. I thought there was going to be a big fight. Exactly what you were saying. It's just the posturing at that point. You don't have to actually do anything. You just got to get him off the Baron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Sable pointing out not really the best soul for Gromp's team either. So yeah, I mean it's definitely kind of a bummer that it's been all Cloud Souls this series because the actual threat of the soul and the soul itself has actually been a big part of this series, but yeah, just the fact that it's Cloud Soul means that not quite as impactful as it would be otherwise.
Yeah, I'm actually going to echo Mont Blanc here. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, though. I mean, you have Malphite ult, basically on a 0-second cooldown. And also Silas, his main gimmick is his ult, right? He can now just steal ults nonstop. You can have two ults per fight.
Yeah, gonna be able to do that even in some less extended fights. That's definitely a good point as well.
Yeah, so it's definitely not the best soul. Don't get me wrong, but it's not worthless. True, the move speed probably doesn't do as much for them, but move speed in general is just a great stat to have. So
yeah,
it's not the best. It's not the best, but it's not bad.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Yeah, even if all it does is lets you rotate between lanes a little faster, that's gold in the pocket. So.
All right, and then now the next objective is going to be Baron.
Yeah, it looks.
Oh, and we actually have Rune's gonna have to blow ult early because he's a little caught out trying to clear that pink. Having that Hecarim ult down, I bet you he wishes he has 4 Cloud Drakes now.
yeah, I'm sure he does. But yeah, I mean, Charismatic was able to go back there as well from bot lane, and now we got Rune maybe trying to get the catch on Vala, but both teams just eyeing this Baron.
Yeah, and I mean in the one, ooh, is that gonna be? Soraka has to blow flash. Oh, and then Zoe blows her own flash to try and take the damage. Spencer has back now, and now they're going to turn onto the Baron. Nice pick. That is the danger of Zoe all the time. One false move, and you are either dead or you have to leave before.
TP, they're collapsing on the shoe here.
Oh, he's going to try and get out. He's going to steal Hecarim's ult, which he's been using all game to great effect. That allows him to dive in early and then get out. Are they going to restart the Baron? No, probably not, huh?
Yep. Yeah, it looks like Spence Champ was able to get back to the team now. But yeah, I mean now they gotta figure out what to do. Raptors choosing this Baron, maybe push down mid instead. But yeah, I mean they have the tools to kind of make a siege happen with this Zoe. So maybe that's what they're gonna try to do next.
Yeah, and actually another great call out by Covert Panda, or actually by Mont Blanc. I'm just gonna quote him all game. He's gonna cast from now on, okay? But there's 3 death stance on Raptor's side with a Nami, and then only the Malphite has grievous wounds, and that's if you hit the Malphite.
Yep.
Oh, actually, I'm staying correct. Tristana does have grievous wounds now. You know what? It's fine. We're good.
Yep.
Tristana could be able to do damage to everyone, apply to reduce the healing. It's still pretty gross though. Death stance with Nami is a nice combo.
Yep. Yeah, definitely gonna be doing a whole lot of healing there. Both teams just having nuts healing.
Well, here's another bubble down. Pog's going to try and get some damage. Cobalt being a real big bro, standing in front. Zoe does no damage to Malphite right now.
Yeah, and man, we are almost 42 minutes in this game, and
it's a Gromp game.
It's a Gromp game.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
Back how it is.
Yep.
A lot of posturing right now. A lot of dancing. No one wants to lose the game from one bad fight.
Yep. Yeah, that's basically just where we're at. Is that neither team wants to make a mistake, and they're kind of afraid of really forcing too much, just because both teams have a lot of counter engage tools. That's going to make that kind of difficult. But yeah, I mean, I guess looking for some picks here maybe. Oh, and Ezreal, they're able to spot out that little bush action there by Gromp.
Really nice spot out there. Wow, this Urgot is so big now, just in size.
Yeah.
It's just getting the Spectre's Cowl and the Frozen Mallet. He's a big chunky boy.
Yeah, it looks like because he actually picked up the tank elixir of iron. That's why he's a little bigger. Oh no!
Oh, we have a Malphite engage going in. Punk's gonna completely disappear. We have Rune coming in to try and fear up the whole group. Valve's in the backside. He's gonna have to go golden. Charismatic is gonna try and go down slowly, thanks to the iron elixir, but he does eventually goes down. And that is a 2-for-0 with the Elder Drake coming up.
Yeah, that's the pick that Gromp's been waiting for. They've just been dancing around, being just out of range, just waiting for that to happen for the past like 10 minutes, and it does happen right as the Elder goes up. Rune gonna try to go in for the steal, but he's just gonna get taken down immediately.
Yeah, and that's gonna be Elder Drake over to Raptors. Are gonna secure the gold lead with that take in that fight, and they're moving straight to Baron. And how do you engage your Raptors now when they have the Elder buff?
I mean, you basically just let this go, you let the Baron go, and then you thank God that you got so many towers left on the map. Like that's basically all you really do is Raptors here, and then just try to stall these buffs out, and like getting through all these towers is going to take a while for Gromp, and like they might be able to push all the way up to an inhib by the time all this stuff's gone. And yeah, I mean, especially with everybody resetting now, like the Elder's going to be gone pretty quick.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. That's that big. That's why everyone was posturing so long, huh? Just like you were saying, that one fight can totally turn the game. Now, for instance, if that went the other way, this game would be over.
Mm-hmm.
Gromp were behind before that fight happened. Got the Elder, got the Baron. Have a 2K gold lead, just 2K difference at 45 minutes into the game.
Yep.
But yeah, now they're going to try and burn away. There is some decent wave clear here on the side of Raptors, so maybe they'll be able to stall this out.
Yeah, and it's kind of telling that even with the Baron buff and the Elder buff, Gromp is still afraid to push up with their minion wave here because they're just afraid of getting engaged on or getting poked out by this Zoe. But yeah, it looks like they are going to be able to take that first tower and going to be pushing up to the inhib tower as well.
Big Cobalt is this guy. Oh my gosh, he's like Jared before he found Subway.
Yeah.
Christ, he's huge.
Yeah.
Raptors are doing a good job of trying to stop the push going. Do you think maybe you split if you're Gromp here?
I mean, like
you just 5-man it into the tower.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just trying to get bottles in.
Yeah, I think while you have the Elder up, you basically just try to do what they're doing here, just to make stuff happen. They are able to get this tower there, and they're going to go in on the engage as well.
Yeah, big ult by Cobalt. Valab had started it with a big Q of his own. We have a shutdown going on to Tristana's getting super big. Charismatic and Trusty's Karma are both down. Pogs is running for his life up there. Valab's going to go up. Oh, nice bubble. Is he going to live from it? This Nami has been so good this game. It's insane. Keeping her team alive, but it's just not enough. Pogs went down as well. This may be the end of the game.
Yeah, this is definitely feeling it could be the end of the game. We're gonna maybe get some hero plays here out of Rune. Doesn't look like it. Yeah.
Nope. Nami can 5v1. 1v5. I feel it. She's gonna go in right now. No, the game's over.
Yep. Yeah, and that is going to be a 1-1 series. Crazy close there between Gromp and Raptors, and yeah,
if only there was a caster who was smart enough to predict that, but no one saw that coming.
Yep, nobody was cool or handsome enough to predict that one. But yeah, so I would love to do some interviews, but we are up against the clock here, and we got to get the next game going. So one last shout out to Gromp. shout out to Raptors. Really well played series by both of you, and man, I'm excited to definitely just made some of the power rankings talk, and some of the standings for later in the season a lot more interesting. So, but yeah, so thanks everybody, and I'm gonna shut the stream down just for a little bit. I'm gonna bring it back up in a couple minutes. Probably get a quick, real quick snack, but then we'll be up with the next series, which I believe is Bramble versus Sentinels. So stay tuned for that.